Ramakrishna Hari. The question is, a person who is an ego will never realize the extreme pain he undergoes because of that ego. Because the same ego will satisfy himself as if that he is not in a pain. In such case, how could he recover himself? So we should not get trapped into such a kind of ego. So how to identify, how to recover in case if we are getting trapped in that? So this is the question, and in fact, they can give an example as a Kamsa. Kamsa is a man of ego, and to kill the Krishna, he tried a lot of asuras. But in each time when he sent an asura, Krishna easily killed that asura. Every time when the asura is being killed, Kamsa, for a moment, his ego gets shaken. But at the same moment, he will boost up one more ego and he will build one more asura and he will try to send it to Krishna to kill him. Each time it happened, many failures, but he never suffered. But each time the failure comes, again and again he built his ego more and more, and he assumed himself that he is not suffering at all. So, this is the example for this question. How to recover from this? So, this is the question. And 2-3 nice answers you have made it. First, I will discuss those points. So one nice point was, understanding this universe is Maya is the only solution not to get trapped in the ego. Because once if we are 100% understood that it is nothing but Maya, this universe is nothing but a Maya, it's a play, it's a fun, it's a game, then automatically no one is superior, no one is inferior. Because here superior is also Maya, inferior is also Maya. Rich man is also a Maya, poor man is also a Maya. So the moment when we understand that, we cannot have any kind of superior feeling. We cannot have the superiority complex. And you gave a nice example for this, a cinema. In the cinema, hero, villain, comedian, there are a lot of characters are in the scene. But the persons who are acting, as they know that it is just a Maya, the hero cannot have an ego that I am a hero. A villain, no need to have an inferiority feeling. Even a comedian who is considered to be a fool cannot have any inferior feel. Because they all know very well that it is just for a sake of fun. No one is superior really, no one is inferior really. So just for the sake of Maya, it's happening. So if we are able to understand that, automatically we will never get trapped into this kind of ego. This is one nice answer you gave. And the another one what you told, one should realize that if we do any action, if we develop any skill, then our percentage is not even 1 or 2. See, we have right from the childhood, we learned language, we learned to walk, we learned many things. But how you gathered skills? Everything has been taught by one or other way. You have been fed by your parents, teachers, friends, relations, environment, and more particularly Panchabhutas. Every second it is nurturing you. If it stops for a second, we are no more. So the God is almost doing everything for us. And our initiation is 0.0001%. So according to the wish of God, that may happen sometimes. But we should never assume that it is because of my skill it has been happened. So everything is on the will of God. Everything happens on the will of God. So we can take initiation, but whether it can be fulfilled or not fulfilled has to be decided by the God, has to be decided by the innumerable number of situations. When such is the case, how one can have an ego that I achieved it, I can do it. So one should always feel this kind of knowledge. A farmer can sow seeds, but he can even do fertilize it, and he can water that plant. But there are innumerable number of much more reasons also should support that farmer to get a good yield in that. So therefore, one should never assume that he is the only responsible person to achieve anything in this world. If he has a strong knowledge like this, definitely he will not get into the trap of ego that I can achieve or I can do anything, or whatever the happiness I have is because of my love only. So he cannot cheat himself. So he never have an ego. So these two answers, of course, you gave. And my answer is, actually, many times I always used to tell this answer, the same answer which I am going to repeat it now. If we are able to enjoy the things which we dislike it, then automatically we can never say that it has been through ego. See, many people are today saying that I'm happy only, I'm happy only. But how they are happy? Because of the situation supported them. They would have more money. They would have been supported by somebody else. So therefore they are happy. But if you are happy just because of the situation, then definitely that is not a spiritual bliss. That is just by your ego. I got skill, I got money, I got something. So that happiness is not a real spiritual happiness. A real spiritual happiness can come without any dependency on the situation, dependency on any person. It is well within us. In fact, the happiness itself is ours. That means I am the happiness. So that is we call it as a spiritual bliss. In spite of any adverse situations, one should be able to feel the happiness. That we call it as the spiritual bliss. So when this is the definition, then we can very easily ensure that are we really enjoying the adverse situation or the favorable situation. If we make a question like this, if you are able to enjoy the adverse situation, then your happiness is the spiritual bliss. And if you are just simply enjoying the favorable situation, don't get assumed that you are in the spiritual bliss. It may be because of that ego also. So for that purpose, what we can do, let us totally avoid the favorable situation. Even if the favorable situation comes, let us not enjoy it. Let us put it away. But we will always try to enjoy the adverse situation, most difficult situations, and the things which we dislike in our life. If we keep on thinking in this manner, then automatically we will not get trapped into that kind of ego. This is number one. And the number two, we should feel happiness in inferior, being inferior. So being inferior, if you are able to feel happy by being inferior, then it is a real spiritual bliss. Because any spiritual man will never feel that he is superior. So he always feel that I am a dust of the Krishna. I am nothing before Krishna. Krishna is everything. If it is of bhakti, even he is a jnani also. Everything is one and the same. Everything is equal. How could he feel that he is superior? So therefore, if you are able to feel happiness in the inferiority, then of course it is the real spiritual bliss. We cannot even mistaken. So this is the another important point we need to note it. And of course, Krishna Leela, when you are able to 100% understand that everything is a Krishna Leela, and if you're able to see everyone in and around us, you is nothing but a Krishna who is coming in the different forms to play with you. everything is our Mauli coming in different forms to play with me. In such case also, definitely, how could our ego can come before our Mauli? It is not possible. So whoever comes in whatever be the form, we can easily relaxed by saying that it is a fun, it's a play, and my God is playing with me. So in such case, with the pure love, we will play the game and we will never boost our ego. And this is the another point to be noted. So therefore, if we are able to avoid the favorable situation and able to, or not only able, if we have to try to enjoy the most difficult and disliked situations, then we will not get trapped into the ego. We can give an example also. Many bhaktas in their life, they don't want the favorable situations. Even if the God give the favorable situations, they won't accept, and in fact they blame the God for giving all these good situations. Sudama, we can take as an example. In case of Sudama, the God has given everything to Sudama finally. But even that time also, Sudama didn't accept that and he wanted to live in the poverty way. And in fact, he is just blaming the God and asking him, why you are giving all these things? Do you want to really boost my ego again? And do you want to really make you distance from me? Even though I have a confidence that I will not get addicted to any money or anything, but still I don't want anything else. I just want your namasmarana and your just smarana. That means that remembrance. I don't want anything else. So this is the way Sudama told, and many of the saints' life that we are seeing that they never want favorable situations, but they are extremely happy in the unfavorable or the most difficult situations. So in such case, we can 100% believe, if we are able to live like them, we can 100% believe that our happiness is a real happiness.